Hey guys, it's Dina. I decided to do a video newsletter for June and July just because there's so much going on. I just don't have the capacity to write it all down. So decided to get creative, do a little flashcards for you on this video presentation and just be honest and focus on everything that's been coming up for basically all of us lately. So I saw this on Facebook and um, it just had me rolling. So I just had to share it with you. How many of you are kind of feeling this way and in agreement with the craziness for 2020? It's a lot. But I really want you guys to know that the magic is right now. Like we are in the midst of magic. I keep hearing people say they can't wait for this year to be over. This is gross. This is, I mean, it's everything is what it is. But instead of doing that, instead of looking ahead to the future and waiting for the chaos to be over, waiting for everyone to slow down or stop freaking out or whatever it is at the moment, instead, be in this moment, you guys. There's so much beauty happening right now. I know it's really, really scary for a lot of you, really frustrating for a lot of you. A lot of you just don't get it. I mean, there's everything right now, but instead of trying to run from it or jump into something that isn't happening yet, be in this and really feel everything that's happening. So what are you doing with this? What are you doing with the crazy, these gross, uncomfortable moments? And what have you learned in the quiet? There has just been so much with COVID and all of the deaths and realizations, starting, well, I don't even want to, I could go on listing names of beautiful Black people that have been unarmed and killed, and it's heartbreaking. But we know the impetus was George Floyd, and anyways, I'm not going to begin to list all those. But with that, even, how are you taking it all in? What are you doing with all of this? And with COVID, where it just really got quiet. So I did do a video on how I was feeling with the whole Black Lives Matter movement that is finally being recognized for what it should have been recognized in 2015. And I'll put that in the newsletter, in a different section of the newsletter if you're interested. It's not pretty, but it's whatever. But with COVID-19, the quiet, what I realized is that my purpose is you guys. My purpose is holding light and holding space and helping people embrace who they're authentically meant to be. And when it got quiet, it got weird. And I sat in it, and then I began to realize that I actually liked this. I actually liked not having to hold so much energy. I liked not having something to do next. There's always something on my to-do list. If you guys knew what I would do in just one day, sometimes it was insane. I loved not having that. And that's really what I got, was understanding that I needed more quiet, understanding I am more of an introvert. I'm pretty balanced that way. I know a lot of you don't see that. But knowing that I needed more of that. And with the whole Black Lives Matter movement, so many emotions. So I was in the fetal position a lot. But what really happened is, sorry, I wasn't expecting this, was for me to forgive myself. When I was younger, I did the research paper, the 11th grade research paper on the civil rights movement, the entire movement. You would have thought my teacher would have said, Dina, that's a little broad. She didn't. So that was a lot for a 16-year-old, 17-year-old to take in. And ever since then, I just really took pride in educating myself on my Black history and what my ancestors had been through. But over time, I went in a different direction. Instead, I went into like knowing the truth. We're all energy, period. And we're all connected, period. That's it. That is my truth. That is what I see. That is what I feel. Does it mean I'm always honoring it? No, especially right now when I see somebody being extremely racist. Am I in a space to just go, oh, let me just send them love because we're all one? No, I'm not doing that right now. Right now, all my energy is focused on holding space for the anti-racists. That's what I'm doing right now, and that's what I'm choosing to do. But what I had to apologize to myself for was feeling like I've let down my beautiful Black community because I went in the direction is we are all one, which I know is the truth. But I also know that I did that because I lost hope. I would share stories and nobody would care. Or within the Black community, it's like, we got it, we know. But I would try to share just even on Facebook, and I mentioned this in that other video, and hardly any recognition for the trauma that is happening in this world based on religion or race or sexuality. It just is insane to me. It hurts. It's disgusting. And that's really what I had to just step into was feeling that and acknowledging that I had lost hope. I'm beginning to have a little bit more hope. I love a lot of the changes that I'm seeing, but I'm also just thoroughly disgusted by all of the hatred and the racist acts that are continuing to happen. But I'm just going to continue to hold space and keep that moving forward. Oh my gosh, sorry guys, I did not expect that. We might not be doing video newsletters anymore. Or I'm just gonna, anyways, it's good for you to see me vulnerable. Whatever. But a lot of you have come to me. A lot of us have done sessions on it got too quiet. I don't know what to do now. I feel horrible shame and guilt for how I have not shown up for the community, just different things like that. And so I would like for us to now to just come back to center and, have those fits, but know that it's time for us to come back to center, to step away from the crazy, because I know a lot of us are, watching the news and all that's doing is sucking the energy out of us. And I'm so guilty of it too, jumping on Facebook and, getting pulled and jumping, I don't know, people sending me things and getting pulled. And I know this is, I got to just shut it all off, come back to me, come back to this moment. And I've got videos about this for days. I'm not going to go into it in detail, but just know all that is doing is basically pulling your energy, because as we know, everything's energy. And we just need to begin to be conscious of how we're interpreting it and what's happening, because it is being pulled in different directions. So literally coming back to center and focusing on what we do have control over, because everything does have a vibration. So when I am in the anger, my energy is outside of my body, and I cannot make any logical decisions at all when I'm not present in my body. And so this is what I want us to begin to focus on. So I'm not telling you to ignore what's important to you. I'm not telling you to not take action in the places that you need to take action, but take that action from your heart. Take that action from being within your body the best that you can, because that's when you're going to make the best decisions. When we're angry, when we're sad, when we're confused, when we're not centered in our energy is when we kind of screw everything up. You have control of your thoughts, only you. So when you're focusing on all the craziness, we just begin to spin. And I just want us to stop spinning, coming back into your body, knowing that everything is a vibration, keeping your thoughts positive. And I'm not saying you got to be naive or pretend stuff isn't happening. That is definitely positively, absolutely happening. I'm just asking you to know that you are in control of your body, your actions, and how you choose to take it and interpret life. So yes, we got to get in the fetal position. We got to scream and yell. We got to journal. We got to meditate. We got to do all those different things to honor who we are, but we don't have to hang out there. And so one of the things that I definitely recommend first is just being conscious of your own vibration, because everything's a vibration. When you keep saying, this one, I had a girlfriend go, they got to stop saying I can't breathe. And I mean, we all get why we're doing that, but that's also a vibration. So I just thought that was kind of funny. Well, it's not funny, but that we're concerned, that she's concerned about how this is affecting us, because it actually is. The conscious collective is definitely being affected by our thoughts and our actions. So just allowing yourself to come back to center. So when you catch yourself with those thoughts that are not feeding your soul, I want you to flip and turn them. And if you're a client, I'm sure we've discussed this before, as soon as it comes in that, oh my gosh, those people, blah, 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 we're out of our body. So instead of doing that, just go, okay, wait, this isn't feeding my soul. What thought can I have right now that's going to support me feeling how I want to feel, that's going to support me feeling good, that's going to support me being able to show up for the world? And that's literally what I want you to do, is just practice that flip and turn technique. So I'll have stuff come in like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe these people are this ignorant. Then I'm like, wait, I can't control those people, but I can control me. So maybe when someone says something ignorant to me, instead of me just shaking my head and feeling hopeless because they don't have the capacity to listen to my point of view, maybe I actually take a moment to say, Dina, get over yourself. Take a moment to express whatever it is I need to express to help them understand my point of view, and then also be open to their point of view and just taking that in. So that's the one thing, is flip and turn the thoughts that are not serving you. You guys, we truly, truly, truly have control of how we want to experience our lives. I cannot express that enough. Everything is energy. Everything's a vibration. Your thoughts attract your reality. So what I would love for all of us to do, and I have to tell you, I haven't really done this because I haven't gotten clear on what I do want to experience next. I mean, I've played with different things. Like I want to work with kids. I've been working with my daughter's soccer team, which has been wonderful. But I realize I may not have the perfect words for kids that age. So I'm playing with different things. But what I want us to do now is to begin to move forward as a conscious collective, allowing ourselves to feel better. So still standing up for what you need to stand up for. I'm not asking you to deny anything. I'm just not asking you to put all of your energy in the heaviness. I want you to step back and look at the beauty. If you're a client, I love my lists of creating experiences. So this one is to write a list of 100 attributes of how you want to experience the remainder of 2020. Like, I want to be up in the mix with the energy of the movement that's creating the experiences that I want to have. I want to go protest and stand up for what I believe in. But I also want to create more connection with my children. I want to, make healthier meals, which I've been doing. But I want you to begin to get clear on how you want to experience the rest of 2020. It has to be a feeling. Just bullet point it. Make it positive as if it's already happened. This is literally the law of attraction. And then the next thing is feel it as if it is your truth. So an example would be, I love that I am finally feeling seen and heard by those who could not see or hear me before. It feels so good to truly be present with my kids and play games with them and actually I would leave it at that. That feels good. But literally before, I would be like, instead of thinking of the next business transaction step that I could take to make the world a better place, only focusing on how you want to feel. I love the passion and connection that I have with my husband. It feels so good to authentically connect and be brutally honest with my friends. Just bullet point each thing and then visualize some of those experiences every day. If you would literally just spend 2 minutes on your final list, looking at a few things and creating that feeling in your body, I'm telling you, it's complete magic. And that is literally how I manifested my business, everything that I've done, my home, my car. I can go for days on the things that I've created in my life. So many people will go, no, it's just life. I'm like, no, this was actually very um, focused and literal for me to create some of the things that I've created. And I worked hard to do that. So that's where I would like for us to go now, is focus on how you want to feel the remainder of 2020 and begin to create that. But at the same time, still continue to honor everything you're feeling, because we cannot shut that stuff down. It'll show up again as an illness or something else. I obviously still have, well, I know I do, a lot of work and clearing to do on myself. And I know many of you guys do too. And we're going to do this. So let's work as the conscious collective. Let's raise the vibration of our beautiful community and know that we are doing this. This is such a beautiful time. So much beautiful change is happening. So just remember, keep coming back to center. You can't control what they're doing. You can't control COVID-19. You can't control, some of these racists. You can't control the looters, but you can control your thoughts and your actions. So just continue to do the things that feed your soul and stay positive. And thank you so much for just being present with me in all of this and sharing my vulnerability with you. I truly appreciate you guys.